Hey, welcome back to the Fan Asylum. We got Mario here. My name is Tony, and we got a special guest. Our old friend Kenny DeJohn is back with us.
How are you guys? How you doing?
Good, Kenny. How are you, bud?
Good, Kenny.
Pretty good.
All right, Mario. How was your birthday?
Birthday was good. Birthday was good. Other than the weekend of it with the Giants stinking it up again.
Did you know it was the day before Thanksgiving, John? It was Mario's birthday. He's really
happy birthday, Mario. I had no idea.
Yeah, I just turned 30.
He's really old. Nice. 30 times something.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what's funny is your birthday was on Wednesday, the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Yeah. Mine was that Sunday.
Oh, okay.
I'm 37
Happy
now.
birthday to Tony.
Yeah,
happy birthdays all around.
Yeah.
How's college going, Kenny?
Going well. I'm a senior, so it's strange, but trying to find a real job soon.
Yeah, well,
Are you still writing with the Bleacher Report?
I'm still with the breaking news team at Bleacher Report, so that's keeping me busy. I'm part-time with them, but we're trying to expand and see if I can get something different too. So we'll see what happens.
Who are you following now at the Bleacher Report?
I'm doing some Yankees, some Giants, really anything they're asking me to. I've done horse racing, darts, crazy things.
Wow,
crazy things.
That's good. So now that you mentioned Giants, we have to talk about this disaster. And I like to go back to the Dallas game. Now, here's my problem with the Dallas game right now. We haven't spoken in about, it's been like 2 weeks since Thanksgiving, right? All right. So I like to go back to that 8 seconds to almost 10 seconds that Romo had on that last drive. Now,
no pass rush.
Well, you had your best pass rusher on the bench. Now, why would you keep Ayers on the bench at that time? On top of that, granted, Eli's interception did hurt that, but he came back, gave you the lead. You need a stop there. Why can't they ever get a stop at that last drive?
I don't know what Fewell does. It's just every week it seems like that defense cannot get a stop. Can't leave any time on the clock. It's a disaster right now. But I still believe
that they're under construction.
I still believe it's not Tom Coughlin's fault. I do. I just don't think he should lose his job because of underperformance.
There was a telling stat today. I was on Bleacher Report, Kenny, today. Actually, which, by the way, I wanted to commend you on an article you did on Derek Jeter.
Which one?
It was one of the articles, one of your first articles on Derek Jeter when he was retired. But we'll get into that a little later, so I don't lose topic here. 20 guys on the injured reserve now. They put 5 more guys on injured reserve. Mm-hmm. Schwartz went on injured reserve. Kiwanuka. They put Ayers, Pictorial. A linebacker, they just picked up Manning, so they cannot replace him on the until another week.
53-man roster. No.
Yeah, they can't replace him yet. And there was another guy. I forget the name. But 20. That makes 20. That's a disaster.
It's part of
That's not a competent.
No. And it's part of the problem because they have been injured. Jennings going down, like I said a couple weeks ago, I think it was the start of the disaster.
I'm sorry, Pugh.
Yeah, well, that's part of the O-line. That's why our quarterback has happy feet every week. But
well, let me scare you some more. On the right side of the line now this week,
yeah, they have Jerry.
John Jerry playing right tackle, Reynolds playing right guard, with Walton playing center. How scary is that? Now here's a question. Here's a question for both of you. Do you sit Eli if he's your franchise quarterback?
Absolutely not. It's a game. Play the game. Play the game. That's it.
You risk getting him hurt?
No, get an offense that will get the ball out quick. Do
The
something.
guy's never missed a game before.
No,
So
ever.
I don't think that's really an issue.
No, I don't
Okay.
think it is.
I agree with you guys. I was reading. I was reading on something, and there was an article on Bleacher Report that was questioning should they or should they not sit Eli.
No reason to.
It was 50-50, believe it or not.
No reason to. He's
It's
up
because
for
people overreact.
Yes,
That's all it
100%.
is.
I heard a guy say I want Nassib to be my
Oh, we
quarterback.
spoke about
I mean,
that.
Are you kidding me?
We spoke about that.
Are you kidding me?
Nassim.
It's
As your
just
quarterback.
amazing. You forgot the guy won 2 Super Bowls for you. He's continuing. Obviously, he could have better years. One guy said you'll never get a guy like, a great quarterback would never go on a losing streak of this magnitude. But I don't. It's really the people around you that does it.
It's all personnel.
You get Aaron Rodgers.
Who do you blame for this? I blame Jerry Reese. I'm sorry.
Blame Jerry Reese.
Because he wants to get
You blame
scrapped.
injury. Injury has a lot to do
Injury
with
is a
it.
big
You know?
deal. But we've
This-
had this problem for
you can't
2-3 years
But
already.
you can't have the depth in football anymore because of this, the salary caps. And all. You can't have multiple guys that can play that position at the same level anymore. It's just impossible. So your second guy is so much worse than your starter. And that's just the way NFL is.
But the Giants have had this issue for the last 3 years already with injuries. Like, there's got to be something done with the conditioning of this, the conditioning staff of this team. This organization's got to look at what's going on.
Yeah, but a lot of it's off the field as well. How these guys take care of themselves on the off season, that plays a factor.
Injuries aside, can I go on a quick little rant here? Because
Go ahead.
I've
Sure you
this
can.
in for a while.
Sure you can.
All right. So Jerry Reese is partially to blame.
Yes.
Tony, after you told me about us getting back up and running again, I watched part of the last show you guys did. You spoke about how most of his draft picks don't even play in the league anymore.
Yeah.
So that's a big issue. But I think a huge portion of the blame has to go to Ben McAdoo and Perry Fuel. They are terrible coordinators. The Giants team is so boring to watch. There's nothing aggressive about them. They don't do anything out of the box or just things that'll make things happen in the NFL. You have Odell Beckham now. Use him. Put him in situations to light it up.
It should be your first
when
look.
Rashad Jennings is healthy, use him. The defense, there's not much you can do. It's terrible. The defense is soft and it's not aggressive. But you need to be more creative with your play calling because it's just not gonna work.
Right.
You can't call draw plays on 3rd and 5. They're not going to be first downs.
Thank you. I agree.
But defensive
I
coordinator,
absolutely agree.
I mean, even last year and the year before, I just don't like the way he plays his game. I don't like the strategy he comes in with.
My
Just don't
question
like
is, going
You
back
have
to
to
the...
use the talent that you have.
Unfortunately, the Giants don't really have a lot of talent. They have
No, they
talent. They have some talent. Beckham, talented. Cruz, talented. Eli Manning is talented. Jennings is out. I was
He's a beast.
surprised.
He's a
He's a
beast.
monster. Everything with Jennings is a positive.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he's hitting the backfield, he moves forward.
Even Williams, too. I like the rookie. The rookie's playing,
My other
decent.
problem, and I brought this up the last show. I don't know if you remember this. They play guys out of their position. You draft a center, but you're playing him at left guard.
That's out of necessity, though.
But
Right.
you don't have to because Walton didn't play for 2 years. So why would you start him at center?
Yeah.
Let him be your backup. Let him be your backup. You got Schwartz to play right guard.
Got hurt.
No, but he
Now
got
he's
hurt
back.
playing left guard.
Right.
So if he plays right guard, there's a good chance he might not get hurt. His toe doesn't get sprained because it's all about footwork. When you're used to a position, like we got him from the Kansas City Chiefs, he played right guard.
And he was very good.
Very good.
Now, you drafted Pugh. You're putting him at right tackle, but his best position is inside.
But he had a phenomenal first year.
He had a good first year, not a phenomenal.
He-
Excuse me,
For
not
an
a,
offensive lineman, I thought he did.
not a phenomenal.
Tough transition from college to pro offensive line.
But you gotta put him. You gotta leave him inside.
Yeah,
His best positions were inside, so you could put him at left guard.
sure.
Okay.
So, Tony, let me ask you a question about this. So, looking back, Giants had the number 12 or 13 pick in this past draft. I don't remember. They took Odell Beckham.
They took Odell
2
Beckham.
picks later, the Cowboys took Zach Martin, who is turning into an all-pro lineman.
Yep.
Starting every game, phenomenal, keeping Tony Romo standing on his feet. At this point, do you wish they would have taken Martin instead of Beckham?
Absolutely not.
At this point, I would say no. If you would have asked me that the day of the draft, I would have said yes.
Well, that was my complaint the day of the draft.
Because I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing about Odell Beckham. I'll be honest with you. I knew nothing about him. I didn't know how good he was. I didn't know how explosive he was. I knew we needed a receiver.
He's a beast.
I didn't look at him as the receiver. I was actually eyeing Ibram, the tight end.
Yeah,
So
well,
was I.
that would have been
top
nice.
prospect.
That would have been nice.
But again, this is
But
the problem I
Donnell
have.
has played well early in the season, and
If he stops
he's got to hold on to the
He
ball.
fumbles the ball.
He's got to hold on to the ball.
He's got great hands, but he likes to leapfrog players, and I can't.
He's got to
stand
hold
that.
on to the ball. It's unacceptable.
Kenny, I'll tell you what. Here's my issue. My issue is you get Beckham. That's great. I didn't know nothing about him, but now looking back at the other draft picks and everything we've done, yeah, we give a lot of the Giants are a very loyal team.
Yes.
Their organization is loyal, and
First class.
That's a first class organization, and we'll never that's good. My problem I'm having is that sometimes you could be loyal to a fault.
Yes.
Okay, so now look at what you've got. We have not addressed tight end and linebacker in
Knew that was coming.
years.
Well, linebacker, if John Beeson's healthy, I think this defense is entirely different.
I
But
agree.
that's an injury problem. We
I
talked
agree.
about that.
Well,
I
you
agree.
got what you paid for. He came at the right price.
Yes.
A 7th round pick, I can live with. The problem is, we knew this.
Yeah.
Now, we always said if you get 1 full year out of Beeson, you get your money's worth.
Yeah.
One full year out of him.
This kid Kennard, if he didn't get hurt, he would have been a bonus for us this year too at the linebacker.
But again, you're looking at linebackers. Going back to like you said, Ken, and you know the history of the draft with Jerry Reese. Since him in the 2nd round, he's not in the league.
Yeah.
You got Herzlich
brought him up 2
undrafted.
weeks ago. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
wow.
mean, yeah, but that's my point.
No,
I mean,
I know.
at some point you have to look. This year, I gotta say, the secondary has been good.
All right, but draft picks, all that aside, you're up 21-0
Against Jacksonville.
against Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's a heart thing.
I didn't even want to bring this
That
up.
is got to be the worst of all,
It's
right
the
there.
O-line.
To
The
lose that
O-line-
lead the way they did, to change their game plan in the second half,
Which I don't get.
keep on going to Beckham. It's been
The
working
team's
all game.
complacent. They can't
Right.
finish games. We've
Exactly.
seen it in Dallas, Arizona,
they don't want to
Seattle,
continue.
49ers. This
They don't
team
want to
can't finish
continue.
games.
They get away from what's working for some reason.
I don't understand. And I go back to what Kenny said. It's the coordinators. Like, first of all, you get a guy in who's never coordinated a game in his life. Granted, you got to give somebody a chance, yes. But you could have done better.
You had the game where the Steelers played the Colts the week before the Giants played the Colts.
We spoke about
They
that.
were in a jumbo package. Most of the game they were in jumbo package. He lit them up. Why wouldn't you even? I don't even think they had a package in at all ready for something like that. Meanwhile, the team prior last week tore that defense up.
Tore it up.
Come out with some sort of jumbo
A
package.
trip or a
Something.
bunch,
Something.
right?
Something.
All right, we're going to go to commercials. We'll continue this on, and then we'll touch on the Jets a little bit.
We got to touch on the Islanders. They're on fire.
And the Islanders. So we'll
They're
be
on
right
fire.
back.
Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Lee DMC in the place to be, the greatest MC in history. There will never be an MC greater than me. And right about now, the only place for you to be is with the one and only Madhouse TV. You are the man.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidiscipline practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our two offices. Thank you.
Here back for 40 minutes.
All right, guys, welcome back.
Oh, welcome back.
We're back here, the Fan Asylum. I tell you, our sports are making us crazy. We're here with Kenny DeJohn and my man Mario.
How you doing?
All right, so to finish up with the Giants real quick, the Jaguar game was a nightmare.
Yes.
That put me in an asylum.
Just to put it out there, I want Coughlin back.
Coughlin? Well, my thing is...
What do you think, Ken? You think it's Coughlin?
Coughlin?
Yeah.
I think he gets bagged. He's got to go.
He's getting bagged, but do you really feel
he's got to go?
Do you feel
I
it?
think it's what is happening right now is not his fault.
Yeah.
There's so many other outside factors coming into play, but it's time for a change. He's so steadfast in his old-time ways. The Giants just need new life. Even if the coach isn't on Coughlin's level, they need something new.
Okay, I'll ask you this question, Kenny, then. Replace him. Give me 5 people, or give me 3 to 5 people you replace him with.
Okay, well, the obvious is the one that's going to draw the most buzz, which is Bill Cowher. Whether or not he wants to coach again,
I don't think he does.
Him, but Bill Cowher.
There has been rumors that the job he's been waiting for is the Giant job.
Yes. Another option might not be the best one, considering his reputation, is Jim Harbaugh of the Niners, because they don't want him back. He's an idiot, but
yeah, I don't want him.
He's an idiot.
He's a fire. And then the third guy, I cannot remember his name, but I've heard a lot about the offensive coordinator of the Colts. It's like his time to be a coach. And he's got that offense doing great things, and the Giants need an offense. So,
how about John Gruden? Anybody?
He's not leaving. I don't feel Cowher's going to leave the studio, nor do I feel Gruden's going to leave. Would you?
And Gruden needs to be on a team with a young quarterback.
Right.
At this point, Manning is not a young quarterback.
These guys are making all this money to sit in the studio and talk about it instead of spending 100 hours in the film room and cutting plays and doing it. They got the life right now, those two guys.
Here's my problem right now. You got like you said, a veteran quarterback.
Yes.
Okay.
It's still 3 years in him at least.
At least.
At least.
I agree.
3 to 4.
At least.
Yeah, I think so. He just learned this new system. Now you fire the staff. He's gonna have to learn another system, and these systems take about a year to learn.
But
To
this
master, not to learn, but to master. So if you bring in a new coaching staff, they bring in their own new coordinators,
but-
their own everything.
but
Then
this
that's a new
system-
system you have to learn.
But this
Manning's
system,
smart though.
this system that they put in place, he had to make major adjustments. The next offense, he's going to go back to his old school stances. I mean, he was changing his footing, changing everything just for this offensive playbook. Meanwhile, you're taking a guy that has 2 Super Bowls under his belt, and you're changing everything he does quarterback. How could you do it? You know, and Coughlin was on for it, but
Manning hasn't played poorly at all.
I don't think
well,
so.
a
I don't
couple
think so.
games he has. The 5-pick
Other than
game,
that 5-pick game,
but he's running for his
before that
life.
5-pick game, he
He's
had
running for his
6 on
life.
the year.
Right?
He's playing good enough.
And
Right.
then he's
It's
he
personnel
over.
right now. No tight end kills him. The Giants' offense is tight end heavy.
Yeah.
Larry Donnell's good. He's not Jeremy Shockey in his heyday.
But they
You know what
got
I mean?
rid of.
Like,
But they got rid of Mike Pope. He was the best tight ends coach.
And he's
he
in-
was
hey,
there forever.
he's in
with
Dallas right
Dallas
now.
I mean, why would you let that guy go? Out of all your coaches, that's the guy you let go. If anything,
yeah,
it was
especially
Fewell.
with such a
No,
thin
if
position.
anything, it was Quinn. We've got the worst
Yeah.
special teams in all of football, and we've had the worst special teams
that-
for the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's enough
Our,
of big
our starting
blow,
field
man.
position is terrible.
That's
all the
enough.
time.
Every
That's enough
game,
for the
every
Giants.
series, we start in the anywhere between
It's actually sick.
10 to the 20-yard line, 15-yard line. It's crazy.
Well, that comes down to what I was talking about, Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham is the punt returner, I believe. That's very good.
Well, he's been doing that.
Well, he needs to stop running sideways, please.
He also needs to be the kick returner because Preston Parker is miserable.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Preston Parker's bad at everything.
can somebody coach Beckham to run straight? Yes, I get it. He's a playmaker. But dude, you're running 70 yards to gain 5.
Yeah.
Like, stop running sideways.
Yeah, but that can open up a. That
Dude,
can-
Well, that'll
but-
come with experience, though. He's a rookie.
Right.
He's played.
But they-
He played 7 games. You got to remember that.
But
Yeah.
he's done it in the last 2 games. That's exactly why. That means they're not talking to him on the sideline. Hey, dude, you have to go forward. Because going backwards, I think he lost yardage in the last game going
yeah, but
backwards.
he's so explosive, Tony.
Yeah, but you would get exhausted. He has to be. He's on the field the
He's
most.
explosive. And imagine if Cruz was there. Think
He's
about
not,
that
though.
tandem.
Yeah, I understand, but he's not
you
right
got to
now.
look at the future now. With train.
The future's got a big question
You have
mark right
Cruz,
now.
you have
Because you
Beckham.
don't know who's going to coach the team. You don't know what's the next coordinator.
I don't
You're going to
think
lose your
that's-
defensive coordinator, and you have to replace that special teams.
Yeah.
I mean, right now the coaching staff, it's gonna
Kenny,
get.
how many free agents they got coming up this year? Do you know?
They've
Can you
got
look
a
that
ton
up
of
for us?
free agents, but I think the issue is going to be when all the injured players come back. How are they going to integrate them back in? Because think about the wide receivers. You have Victor Cruz, you have Odell Beckham, you have Ruben Randall.
Oh,
Well,
Let's just name the top 3.
Randall's contract's up this year, though.
Randall drives. No, I think he's got another year, but he drives
Of
me
those
nuts.
top 3, you're going to obviously have Cruz. You're going to have Odell Beckham. Where's your big receiver? If Ruben Randall leaves, you need a receiver.
You have
who
no
can catch
tall.
the ball
You have
in
no
traffic.
tall receiver.
You need a big receiver.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that we're the dumbest team in all of football
No.
as far as football IQ?
No,
Like, we make some of the dumbest mistakes in all of
I
football.
don't agree with that statement.
That's an experience. That's
That's
people
all that
pressing.
is.
That's football awareness that apparently the New York Giants don't have very much of.
Right now they don't. But
Ruben Randall is one of the dumbest receivers I've ever seen on the field.
Well, that's why he sat the first quarter.
Yeah.
Coughlin benched him.
Boy, is he a dumb receiver.
you know,
He runs terrible routes.
He runs the wrong routes every time.
Yeah.
well.
All right, to
once
get up on
again,
the Giants a
we
little
could-
bit.
Once again, we could be Jeff fans.
Well, I was just going to say, why don't we touch on the Jets real quick?
I mean, we do have it bad.
That's it.
We got to dabble a little
touched
bit.
them. That's about
By
it.
the way, guys, if you guys want to start calling in, the phone lines are open. Let's get you in. Let's hear what you got. Let's ask Kenny some questions. We have him on again. Let's get a dialogue going here.
What do you think about the upcoming baseball season, Ken? What do you think the Yankees are going
Okay,
to do
we
with
didn't
their
touch on the
rotation?
Jets no more.
No, we
We're gonna go
touched
with
the
the
Jets.
Yankees.
We left.
The Yankees,
Are in trouble
they're in trouble.
Well, with
This is my opinion on the Yankees.
Boston.
with everything.
Boston.
It's hard to watch the Yankees sit back and let the Red Sox sign Pablo Sandoval, let them sign Hanley Ramirez, let them almost about to sign John Lester, because I have a strange feeling that's going to happen.
Oh, he's going back there.
You think so?
I feel he's going back.
You don't
there,
feel
definitely.
he doesn't want to go back?
No, because when they
think
traded
he'll go
him, that was the first thing he said. It was the first.
All right, Kenny,
wanna
I got
go
a
back.
question for you. I have a young.
Let me finish the thought real quick. 1 second.
Why you got to cut him off,
So-
Tony?
My apologies.
I don't like when the Yankees sit back and let the Red Sox do that, or the Blue Jays even. The Blue Jays are having a good offseason.
Yes, they are.
But I try to be as realistic of a Yankees fan as possible. It's time to blow this team up and rebuild for 3 years.
I agree.
Yeah, that'll never
100%.
happen.
Hard to watch, but it has to happen.
It'll never happen.
I
They'll
agree.
just keep on
I
buying free
agree.
agency.
I agree with you, Mario, but it needs to happen.
No, I know it does.
I think we need to have a couple of losing seasons so we can start drafting better players. Our farm system is a disaster.
Well,
Kenny,
losing
no, it's
seasons
not a
are, at
disaster,
this
though.
point-
It's not. The farm system's not a disaster. He can tell you. They just don't bring the young kids up and give them an opportunity. That's the
'cause
problem.
losing seasons are
When
to
you get an
rid of those
organization like the
contracts.
Mets, they do that.
Well, I got a kid who's a young man. He's a big Yankee fan, and he asked a couple questions, and I want your thoughts on it since you follow the Yankees very well.
Yes.
He asked, should the Yankees spend big on the big three pitchers, Scherzer, Lester, or Shields? Which one of the three should they spend big money on, or should they re-sign Kuroda and McCarthy? Second question is,
Let's address one at a time.
all right,
So, yes, re-sign McCarthy. He proved he can handle New York.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a good clubhouse guy.
Kuroda, I think,
Is he
is
a-
done.
Let him retire or go back to Japan. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Out of the big three pitchers, big game James proved he's small game James in the playoffs. He's terrible in the playoffs. I don't want him.
James Shields.
Max Scherzer is a clubhouse
Stud.
cancer, wants far too much money, and he is going to get hurt with the way he throws the baseball. He is going to get hurt. It's bound to happen. Lester is a proven playoff ace, a lefty, and he's proven himself in the American League East. Now it's whether or not the Yankees want to pony up, a ton of money to sign. So,
Well, that luxury tax will be playing a role again.
My opinion is you always spend big money on pitching.
Yeah.
I think you go after it no matter what, because at the end of the day, what we've learned in years watching baseball is that pitching wins.
and people forget Lester is a veteran, but he's only going to be 31 in January. He's not a very old pitcher. He's been
No,
around for a while.
he's been around
but
a while.
a 5-year deal for a 31-year-old
That's not bad.
is really not horrible. It's not that bad.
All right, let's go to a second question here. Second base, Prado. Yeah, Prado. I remember Prado.
Prado.
Or a minor leaguer. You got shortstop. Should they trade for Cabrera as Drupal Cabrera, or trade for another player? And for third base, go for Healy or leave Prado there. Now I know that I read something today
Prado
about
played well.
the Yankees are very high on a minor leaguer infielder they have called Ref Snyder.
Robert Ref Snyder.
Yes. Well,
He can rake.
Will they give him a chance, though?
they're gonna have to.
They said
don't have
here's
to.
the latest stuff that they're saying. They're saying they're not high on Chase Headley right now because he wants 5 years, and he is inconsistent and an injury risk.
Yes.
Good
So
defender,
that
though. He can play the field well.
He can field very well, but in that situation, Prado will play third base.
Oh, yeah.
A-Rod will DH, or maybe Dine
Swap with Texera here and there.
Yeah, and then second base you'll have Rob Ref Snyder or Jose Perella. If you guys remember him at the end of last season,
Jose Perella, I do not. I don't remember him.
He's a minor leaguer for the most part. Hits pretty well.
He came up for a couple
okay.
games, didn't he, Kenny?
Yeah, he started a
did.
couple games.
Yeah.
He's not bad. Ref Snyder's the better one of the two.
I will bring Ref Snyder up. What do you think of bringing Ref Snyder up?
What's that?
Bring Ref Snyder up. You got to start giving these young kids a break.
That's not
Well, the
something
only
they're,
reason they didn't do it
they're
last
prone
season
to.
was because he was playing the corner outfield. They're moving him to second base now because he has some experience there.
So what's his natural position?
It's like a hybrid right field second base. He's played both. He focused on outfield primarily, but now they want him to play second.
Gotcha. Now they're also looking at a is it a Cuban or a Japanese player right now? I forget where they're looking at. They're very high on a shortstop, I think, in Japan.
Yeah, I forgot his name. I did forget his name, but he's a younger guy. There's also a Cuban though named Mercado. His last name is. He's 19 years old.
Wow, that's great.
But if they sign him, 19 years old, he's going to have to play in the minors for a little while.
Yes.
He's not going to come right up. There's no way.
No.
All right, we're gonna continue on the Yankees a little bit, maybe touch a little on the Mets also, and we have to get onto the Islanders. But for now, we need to go to a commercial, and we'll be back after these.
Phone lines are open. Use them.
Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Could switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Do dogs chase cats?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
All right, welcome back, guys. Mario, Kenny, DeJohn, Tony here. There's so much to talk about right now. We're so stuck on baseball right now. And we were just talking about Teixeira and how injury prone he is.
But Ellsbury did it last year as well. He sat out a few games he shouldn't have.
But you know, I love it.
I'm a big fan of him
I
as well.
I love Ellsbury this year.
I just don't understand as a professional athlete.
To the lineup.
All the money they get in the I hear like Carmelo the other night, back spasms. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
Back spasms?
And the team needs him so
Stop
bad.
it.
Stretch your back out better.
Stop it,
Just
man.
stretch.
With all the people they have, you get a massage in the back. I don't care what you do. Get on that court. Back spasms? Come on.
15 minutes for me.
Let me
Text Sarah, oh, my pinky, my this. Come on. Enough.
Look, I got a point to make about Ellsbury. I know exactly what happened at Ellsbury. He could have batted so much better. He could have been so much better. But the problem here the problem that was this year, and I hope that coming the new season, he bats in the right spot. He should have been the number 2 hitter. He should have been batting number 2.
Well, that was because of the Jeter tribute.
Yes.
The only reason why.
Jeter
should have been hitting 7th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. He should have been somewhere
Can't do that
in
to that guy, though.
You have.
You can't, but you should have.
You should have. If you did the right thing for the team, and Jeter would have understood. Jeter knows where he was at.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody knows better when it comes to stuff like that.
You still can't do it.
I don't know his exact his percentages, but of his hits last year, he had probably like 140, 150 hits. He maybe had 25 overall extra base hits. He was a singles hitter.
Yes.
Only singles. And then he wasn't stealing. He was useless last year, to be honest. I love him. I hope I hope he's, I appreciate everything he's done, but he was terrible last year.
That was his last year. He knew it. My opinion is he should have been batting 8th or 9th. 7th is a little.
8th or 9th, you're crazy.
No, listen. And the reason I say that.
7th is a good contact position. At
Well-
least he was good for making contact.
Well, the reason I say 8th or 9th is because Garner, I think, is a good leadoff hitter.
He's definitely a leadoff.
My only thing with Garner is he needs to walk a little more. And he
Yes.
needs to,
Gardner was the number 3 on the team in home runs last year.
Yep.
which was very
Hitting third is
surprising.
not terrible. It's either him or Ellsbury hitting third.
Which was
They're the same player.
very surprising that he was. His power this year surprised me. I'll be honest. But when the guy hits a ball home run, you know it's gone. I
yeah.
mean, it is gone.
Oh, yeah. You can,
All
yeah.
right. So
Very good at hitting breaking balls too.
aside
If you
from
throw him
that,
a curveball low, he's going to kill it.
aside from that, I was also very happy last year. Unfortunately, he didn't play as much. I was ecstatic. I was one of the guys screaming about it. I wanted Beltran on the team.
Mhm.
I wanted him back.
You still want him?
You know
Yes.
what? Yes, I do. I actually do. I still want him. I think he's a good player. He's a
His
good.
elbow was messed up last year. That's fundamental to any baseball player. He's cleaned it up. He'll be fine.
Now, we got many months for baseball. Let's get back to what the NFL is doing right now with the Pats and the Packers. Phenomenal game.
Yes, it is.
Phenomenal
Aaron
game.
Rodgers is
He's
the best quarterback right now.
He's insane. Just everything. Just the whole team. That's where, that's talent. I mean,
Yeah, but you see what Aaron Rodgers
every year
does?
he gets receiver after receiver to step up.
But you know why?
He's mobile in the pocket.
in
he
the
can throw on
pocket.
the run.
In the
He
pocket.
can do whatever he wants to do back
And
there.
that's what Eli needs to learn. Eli doesn't need to run.
he's not
Eli
that
needs to
quarterback.
learn how to move within the pocket to
Right.
escape and buy himself just a little time.
a couple
That's
more
it.
Tyree
The
scrambles.
Packers can set a model for the Giants too.
Well, obviously
for
Ben
a big
McAdoo didn't
reason,
bring that model
because-
with him.
You look at Randall Cobb on the Packers.
Right.
Very, very similar skill set to Odell Beckham.
Yes.
Randall Cobb has 10 touchdowns this year.
Yep.
The way they use Cobb is the way the Giants need to use Beckham.
But they also, in Green Bay, they also have 2 other wide receivers, or maybe even 3 that can catch the ball too. Their
Well,
tight
Jordan
end,
Nelson's top
tight
five
end's an
in the
animal.
NFL.
You got the kid Corliss from Uniondale. He's an animal.
Mhm.
I mean, every year they get these guys that just step up to the plate.
Listen, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who the Giants put or who they play against. They can't stop nobody anymore.
No.
That's the problem. They
I would like
have
to-
no they have no pass rush.
I like seeing the Dallas go down again. It would be phenomenal if they don't make the playoffs.
But that was a
Well,
great.
if they lose tomorrow night, they're playing the Bears. The Bears have one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
Yeah, but you know what? I can see the Bears beating them. It's in Chicago.
Who?
Bears Dallas tomorrow.
Oh
night.
yeah, well, Dallas
Chicago.
lost a pretty bad game too.
That was bad. And we should have beat them. On top of that.
Dude, we should. The only game I thought that we lost from beginning to end was the Philly game.
Yeah.
Every other game this
Yeah,
year,
they killed us.
the Giants just tease you. They tease you and
But the,
tease you and tease you,
I tell you-
and at the end they walk away with your money.
Their
AFC,
defense is so easy to pick apart. They
They're
don't
like a stripper.
adjust. They don't change things.
I mean,
That's the big thing.
Kenny, you got to look at it, though. The NFC, you might need 11 victories to get a wild card.
Easy
It's-
11 wins.
In the NFC, you might need 11.
If you look at the Giants schedule, if you look at it from the top, right, the very first game of the season we played.
Off the Giants, man.
I
They're dead.
can't.
They're
I'm
dead.
in an asylum.
I'm a
I'm
diehard
crazy.
Giant fan. We can't
I
talk
can't-
about them all the
Jesus,
time. They're
I can't.
finished.
They
There's
drive
nothing
me
to
crazy.
talk about.
They're
Let's
dead.
talk about all the other competition that's going on in
Listen,
the
I
NFL.
think the playoffs this year are going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Without a doubt.
Detroit's got an easy schedule coming up. They can easily take the number 1 spot from Green Bay in all reality.
Who's the best team in the NFL right now?
Green Bay Packers.
Packers.
Right now, they're the
Green Bay Packers.
is it they're the best team or the hottest team?
I think they're the
Both.
best team.
Both.
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 They're the most complete.
You have the same guys. The team's been together. That plays a major factor. Just everything about them. Their quarterback's tremendous. Their defense, I mean, Matthews is a beast. That's their middle linebacker. He controls everything.
Biggest
Their
surprise in the
D-backs
NFL
step
this
up
year.
every year.
Biggest
Saints
surprise,
being over 500.
the Saints being as bad as they are. San Fran being as bad as they are.
Arizona Cardinals.
Cardinals being as good as
They're
they
dropping
are.
games now. They're dropping games.
Yeah, they are. They are.
But they're still at a level where we're not used to, and they're doing it with a backup quarterback.
Right. Stanton.
Well, how about also, we have to mention the Panthers who
Oh.
lost like 6 or 7 in a row.
Cam Newton's
Are
done.
we forgetting the biggest surprise? I'm sorry.
I think Cam Newton's
The,
finished.
the Cleveland Browns.
Browns playing well, and They're keeping Hoyer at the
They're
quarterback
still doing
position.
it wrong, though. Manziel needs to be in there. I despise Manziel. I hate everything he
I
stands
agree
for,
with Kenny.
but he's
Manziel needs to
more
play.
dynamic.
Yes, I agree with you. Manziel needs to play.
Yeah, well,
Let me tell you something. I'll tell you what. A couple of weeks ago,
Manziel needs to grow up. is what
couple
he
of
needs
weeks
to do.
ago,
Yes, definitely.
and Ken, I don't know if you knew this. A couple of weeks ago, my wife took me to the Pro Football Hall of Fame for my birthday,
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
which was awesome, right? Now, the great thing about that was I got to hear a lot of their sports, and they actually talk a lot of sports,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they love their Browns.
Oh,
Let me tell
yeah,
you,
well,
they
you're
love
right in the
their
heart over there, boy.
they love their Browns, but
You go out
they
to dinner,
hate
that's all
their
there is.
quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Boy, do they hate their quarterbacks.
Well,
Now-
they've had 25 quarterbacks in the past 15 years. I mean,
Right.
it's
And the way they talk,
unbelievable.
They
they're
want
waiting-
Bernie Kosar back.
You gotta understand the way they talk. They're waiting for the shoe to fall off.
Yeah, I thought.
Instead of being excited,
I actually thought
they
he
are
was gonna
waiting for the
name,
shoe to fall off.
I thought he was going to name Manziel the starting quarterback,
I think he should be the starting quarterback.
but he didn't. Why? Hoyer's been doing it. Why should he take him out if Hoyer's winning games?
Hoyer's been doing it with 2 intros a game and 1 touchdown.
He's still winning games.
He's
the
not.
defense is
it's
good,
the
and that's
defense.
it. The defense is strong.
The
all right.
defense is winning games.
And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, stats don't matter. It's if you get a win.
That's
to be
correct.
honest.
That's
and
correct.
in a 16-game season, stats don't matter.
Right.
But I think that the Browns still aren't going to make the playoffs.
I like the
That
Dolphins.
division with
I like
Bengals
seeing the
and
Dolphins.
Ravens and the Steelers
I like seeing the Dolphins.
Ravens,
become
Steelers?
relevant. Ravens,
and
Steelers.
the Bengals. They're all very good.
They're all very good.
Bengals.
I don't
you
think.
can't.
Let me
you
tell you
can't
something.
trust the Bengals.
No, their
No, you
quarterback.
can't, but they're still
Their
good.
quarterback
Right.
stinks. That quarterback stinks, though.
Oh well, they're committed to him.
Well, they had to, but every time he's got a big game, he's horrible. Horrible.
It's like that's the theme in the entire league.
It's
Every time a
crazy.
big game is up, you see who's up and who's not.
Well, it's
Yeah.
the Raiders can't get. They can't.
Raiders
fight
can't get
themselves
nothing
out of
right.
the Brown
I do
bag.
like the quarterback though. I think he's got a good future. I think the quarterback's good. I think he's gonna be good.
I think Tannehill from Miami's playing well.
I think he was one of the best.
I like seeing the Dolphins play well. I do.
Miami's playing really well.
Yeah.
Really, really well right
What's his name? Carr. Derek Carr.
That's
Eric Carr.
that's
Yeah,
Carr's brother.
Right.
Yeah, younger
That's why I
brother.
like him. I think he comes from a good pedigree.
Yep.
I think he's got the right stuff to be a quarterback.
Well, they're still
in
a
this
year
league,
or 2 away.
And I think with the right, I think at the end of the day, it's the right system and personnel that you got to put in
That
place.
team needs to build from the inside out.
Oh yeah.
They need to build an offensive and a defensive line that is strong. They need to build. The best way to fix a team is start over in the trenches, make everything better, and then build out.
You know what? You got to see Dallas the way they built it. Look, for the last
Dallas
3
did,
years,
yeah, first round draft pick was an offensive lineman. The last 4 years, 5 years.
Now, if you would have asked me on drafted like you asked me earlier today, Zach Martin, or I would have told you Zach Martin because I didn't know nothing else about it.
Yeah, because at the time you figured Cruz was healthy. Randall had a decent year the year before. You didn't feel you needed a monster receiver, but I don't think you could pass up.
You know
a
what
guy
crazy
like him.
about Randall is I was
Well, you know-
was loving him when we drafted him. I was like, yeah, we got Randall.
No,
Get
yeah,
him,
I like
get him.
that pick.
And then the more you see him play, it's like, oh my
Mm-hmm.
God, can you be any dumber?
He's clueless.
Jesus.
Clueless.
Is he ever clueless?
Who else is playing really well? NFC's tough. Philly's sick, and they have
Well, I
Sanchez
was
as
just
their
gonna
quarterback.
say, Philly is just a
You know,
ridiculous.
if Philly could do it with Sanchez as their quarterback, they could probably do it.
Let me tell you right now, if Philly gets
Sanchez is playing with confidence right
Yeah,
now too.
well,
You can see it.
I mean, the offense is just. I mean,
yeah.
the way they're running that offense. I mean, I feel bad for the defense because the defense is out there a lot.
Do you think the Jets are kicking their butts right now with Sanchez?
No, I don't think Sanchez would have been good again in New York. I don't. He had a
Here's
great
conversation
great
we
couple
can
of
have
years.
then if we want to talk about the Jets quickly. Who's the quarterback next year? Geno, Vic, or a drafted person? Someone they draft.
None of
They
the
need to
above.
draft someone. It's done with
Drafted.
Geno.
None of the above. They're going to bring in a veteran.
No, I think they're gonna draft Mariota.
Possibly keep Sims on there.
Mariota.
I don't think
Mariota?
Geno Smith ever starts another NFL football game.
Why
He
don't
doesn't
you?
deserve to.
I don't think
Can
he.
somebody explain to me why they don't give Sims a chance? I think he's got a great
What
arm.
for? You know he's not going to be a starting quarterback. You know he's not going to be the
I
future.
think he's got a great arm. I think he's got the pedigree
You
to
saw
play
him in
quarterback in
garbage
this league.
time, bro. You saw him in
Right
garbage
now,
time.
Vic
That's what he did.
Vic is being paid $5 million. He's only on a 1-year contract.
Right.
They're going to play him unless he's hurt. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go. I mean, listen, this was.
But Geno Smith has definitely proven he cannot be a starting quarterback.
We discussed this last time we were on the show. This Jet team you couldn't expect anything else. Because when you hold on to 20 mil,
That's stupid.
on,
Then you bring in Harvard in week 8. Come on.
you hold on. You're holding on to 20 mil. You're the general manager.
Well,
You
they
know-
did that to stack the deck against Rex Ryan. Did
Of
you
course
read
they
that
did.
report?
Of
Yes,
course they
I
did.
saw. I read.
And
I
that's
read
why
that.
that's why they
That's
also
all
started
we get.
Geno Smith, because it's his first round pick.
Well, Woody
How can you
Woody
not
did
start
that.
him?
Woody did that
The
because
GM, the GM made that happen.
if you're gonna bring in a new GM, then you gotta tell the
Right.
GM, it's your show,
Right.
run it.
But Woody was tight with Ryan. He gave him a second chance.
Well, you can't do that because now what you're
You
doing.
think Itzig wanted Ryan as quarterback coach? Absolutely not. But he had to deal with it. So to me, that's
So who
what
do you
played-
fire? Do you fire both of them now, or do you give him one more year?
You give Itzig another year. You know, if Ryan's not a head coach, he's probably a phenomenal defensive coordinator. He cannot be a head coach.
If you're the Giants, would you hire Rex Ryan as your defensive
As
coordinator?
a defense coordinator,
Defensive
yeah.
coordinator.
Defensive coordinator,
Yes, yes.
Not the
Not the
coach.
head coach.
Definitely
Never
not the head coach.
Defensive coordinator.
One, the Giants never do it because his mouth is too big, and that's not the organization's way. We need to go to a commercial break. We'll be back.
In a couple minutes.
Yeah, I guess so. I thought we were going now.
We'll be
thought we
back
were
in a
going
couple of minutes.
Nova's Rockin' Inc. MC with Madhouse TV present Rockin' Madhouse event in association with CNC Spirits and Wines. Sunday, December 7th. Doors open 5 p.m. The premiere of Mick James at Revolution Music Hall in Amityville, New York, and Club Loaded. Special guest Tang featuring Denny Colt and Bonnie Parker, also featuring Fractured Smile. Come meet alternative model and TV personality Kitty Crystal and Long Island's own Alicia Ray. Also meet the hot woman of Armageddon. Come hang with Ink Master Jay Blondell and the internet's newest social media, Tales of the Tap. Ladies, come get crowned Miss Rocket Inc. MC and appear on shows as co-host. This event will be filmed live and aired on Rockin' Inc. MC on a later date. Advance tickets $12 at clubloaded.com and check rockinincmc.com for other locations.
I'm Tommy Marr. I'm down in St. Bart's having a good time. A lot of people at this time, they like to go have a little cocktail. But you know what I do? I'm going to watch MadhouseTV.com. You got that right. I'm Tommy Marr. I'm down in St. Bart's having a good time. A lot of people at this time, they like to go have a little cocktail. But you know what I do? I'm going to watch MadhouseTV.com. You got that right.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I think we're back. Are we back?
I don't know.
Is that us? Are we live? Yes, we are. Mario, Kenny, Tony, the Fan Asylum. Listen,
Asylum.
we got the last, 15 minutes to go?
Yeah, I think so.
The last 10 minutes. Guys, call in if you want. If not, we'll finish up the show. Kenny, any topics you want to touch real quick?
Well, I know Mario's itching to talk about the Islanders, so let's move over to the ice.
Let's go to the ice. I know you're a Ranger fan, though.
Yeah, but they're not doing bad.
No, Rangers aren't doing bad, but the Islanders are doing phenomenal.
Well, about time with all them draft picks drafting up so high.
And the
Eventually
funny
they-
part is, Kenny, the funny part is they're leaving for Brooklyn next year. It's a joke.
Well,
But-
the Nassau Coliseum is
Oh,
is a joke.
it's
a playground.
travesty. It is. But it would be nice to see them win the cup one last time and then move to Brooklyn.
Well,
I mean,
we shouldn't jump too far.
I'm not jumping that far, Kenny. I'm not jumping, but let me tell you something. It was great.
Now who belongs in the asylum?
Back in the day, like
now we can talk about the Asylum.
back in the day, like the '90s, like Pierre Turgeon days and stuff. I used to go. It used to be 25 of us, 30 of us. We used to have a blast. All my buddies and the Bobby, all those guys, and we just had like a whole road. It was just so nice, and it's a 10-minute ride from where I live. It was nice to get that back. Now it's back. And they're gone.
Mario,
And they're going to leave.
I did my research for you. I did my research for you so I can intelligently talk about your Islanders. Because I don't follow.
Why not?
Well, let's see his research because I want to hear this. I got to learn. So I want to learn about the Islanders.
Learn
So-
about
let me
Halak, learn about Tavares, learn about Oposo.
Go ahead, Kenny. I want to hear what you got to say.
They're on a 10-game winning streak. Everyone knows that.
Yes,
but
we
the
do.
key I want to point out is the goalie, Halak.
Halak is playing phenomenal.
He has allowed 13 goals in 10 games.
Yes.
That's why they're winning. They're
Wow.
8-0 in overtime.
Why
Even
can't
I know
that,
that's
why
good.
can't that continue?
It could continue, but that's the key. It has to continue. Without that kind of pace,
You got to
or even
admit,
something
you
close,
got to
they're
admit
done.
they added some defensive guys that are phenomenal.
The defense is playing very well. and that's
Boychuk's
the key.
addition is tremendous.
They're-
Hickey last night with a great goal. They were down defensemen, and each guy was playing extra shifts. I just think they're playing an all-around team game, and they have 3-4 strong lines where old
They're
Islanders
deep. They're a very
had
deep
one.
team.
You had one line or two lines, if that.
Hey, Kenny, can you
You
give
know?
me a stat? I want to see how many more shots they're taking and playing. Because from what I've seen in hockey is obviously the more you play on your opponent's side of the ice, the better you're gonna be.
Of course.
So
That's-
there's-
And
there-
last
that's in
night
any
alone,
sport.
I have last night for you,
It's in
Tony.
any
Okay,
sport.
go ahead.
Islanders took 28 shots on goal. Senators took 18.
Okay, now that's a
That's defense.
big difference.
That's defense, but that's also offensive pressure.
Right.
That's also apparently what I'm seeing, and I am watching a little bit. They are a lot faster
They're good.
than most teams.
The
I
average
mean,
age on that team, Kenny, you know,
The average age on the team?
yeah, it's probably 25, maybe 26. You know, so
I mean,
they have a lot
yeah,
of young kids,
They're
a lot
they're
of spunk.
speedsters.
Tavares has become a leader, a captain, a true captain.
They're
Oposo's
taking a lot of
playing great.
shots. They're playing on their end, on their opponents' end more.
I'm very, very happy seeing
Islanders
Islanders
average age 26.9, 27 years old.
I
27
mean,
years
that's
It's
you
great.
know,
But you go to a game and the Coliseum's falling apart. It's just disgusting. It's disgraceful.
well, they're not gonna do nothing. They're not gonna be there.
They're not. But they only signed, I think, what, a 2-year deal in Brooklyn, Kenny? I don't know if you...
I think it was 2, but I think they plan on staying there long term. I think that's that.
Not unless somebody comes in and buys the Coliseum and makes a new arena, like the Rex.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Like who?
Well, Rexon's buying everything, and the guy that owns the Nets as well. You know, that whole organization is trying to revamp that area. So, if they
Listen,
only sign 2
I'm
years... I just don't see myself hopping on the Long Island Railroad, changing over, and going to Brooklyn.
Well, they're
to
the
go-
Islanders. They're not. They're
It's
no
just-
longer
it's
going to be
just-
the Islanders.
It's just not something I'm going to do with my children, not something I'm going to do with myself. Where I was able to hop my car, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I was at the Coliseum.
Yeah, well,
it was great.
Also, the
Well,
problem.
from
is-
a,
go
were you
ahead.
saying, Tony?
No, go ahead, Tenny. Go ahead.
I was going to say, from a business standpoint, which unfortunately that's what it comes down to.
Money.
Moving to Brooklyn makes the most sense from a business standpoint
Does
because
it?
they open the team up to so many other people now.
But does it, though? Does it really?
It, I mean, maybe alienate some Long Island fans.
You're not
Ohio,
going to get
Brooklyn,
Ranger
Bronx,
fans to
Manhattan.
change over to Islander fans just because they moved to Brooklyn. That's for
No, but again,
that's
the
for damn
name of
sure.
the team is the Islanders. They belong on Long Island.
Yes,
I
they do.
agree with that.
I just feel Nassau and Suffolk didn't get together and make it happen. Like, you know, the politicians are politicians. That's besides the point.
and for the
But I
record,
think it was going to cost me $13 more a year.
to go see him.
No, for them to construct a new Coliseum.
Taxes, yes.
Tax-wise.
Yes, yes.
Which that should have been Nassau and Suffolk. But they only were taxing Nassau people because it's in Nassau. But they could have shared the revenue with Nassau and Suffolk. You're getting Suffolk residents coming to Nassau to watch it. So it's like, come on.
Listen, I think they
Been there
belong,
since 72.
they belong on Long Island, period.
Right.
Now,
They belong right there.
to change this for a second, the Rangers don't really start getting hot till January, so don't worry about it. We just got to stay in the mix. Okay?
They're in the mix.
Yeah,
They are.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. They just got to stay in the mix.
St. Louis is hot. Nash is hot. They're in the mix.
No,
Thank
they're
God
good.
Nash
And
is
they're
hot, to be
great.
honest.
I guarantee.
Lundqvist is a phenomenal goalie. I'm not taking anything.
Come
I'm
January.
not that on the fan that, you know.
Come January, we'll talk then
Oh, we'll
about.
be here. Don't worry. We'll be here.
Come
be
January,
here.
watch the Rangers start skating up.
We're going to do a show from the Coliseum one day. How's
Well,
that?
what we need to do is start taking this show on the road a little bit.
Right.
I want
That's
to
what
go to. I would like to see if we can do a show with us going to a spring training game in Tampa.
Yeah, that'll be good.
I'd like to see if we can go to Port St. Lucie also.
For the Mets now.
Why
no
not?
thanks.
I like to see that. I think we should.
You can go to the Ducks.
I like to do it.
That's the same thing.
I like
Not
to
the
do a
same
Ducks.
thing.
I like to go see the Ducks also.
Ducks is good.
I
It's
think we
great
should
for
do
the
a show there.
kids. The Ducks is great for
I
the
think we
kids.
should go up to Albany into the
Training camp would be nice.
not just that, but I like to go see if we can go also check out the Baseball Hall of Fame.
That's nice too.
I think we should go do that, do a show there somehow, and I think we should go to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I think those should be some things we should plan on doing sometime
Yeah,
on the
Pro
show.
Football Hall of Fame, I heard, was amazing.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
You
I've
can't-
never been to pro football, but I'll tell you, I'm the biggest. Baseball is my number one sport. I was
Right.
disappointed with Cooperstown.
Why you really?
I've never been to
Cooperstown,
Cooperstown.
the town is fantastic. The Hall of Fame itself, it was just kind of bland.
Right.
Well, I
But the
think,
surrounding area is phenomenal.
Oh, the memorabilia stores are
Right.
10 times better than the actual Hall of Fame.
and that'll be a great idea. I think if we can get one of those memorabilia stores to, we can do a show there. Have the fans come on. We can have them come on the show. They can talk about their team, their players, whatever it is they want to talk about. We can just have the fans say what they want as long as they don't curse, because I haven't cursed yet on the show.
You've
You're
been doing
not
good.
gonna. And you're not gonna.
Okay.
It's unacceptable.
Now, just for the record, I'm gonna say one.
No, you're not.
No, I'm kidding. I'm trying.
Well,
I'm
Ken,
trying.
it was very nice to have you back, bro.
I'm very
nice.
happy to be back.
You're all grown up, a senior now. That's good.
No, 22 and looking
Fordham,
for a job.
Fordham
Anybody
treated
want
you
to
well?
hire?
Fordham treated you well. Did you like it over there?
Unbelievable.
Good.
I gotta say,
Anybody who was watching who was looking to apply to school, applied for it.
I like that Iron Man post in the back, though. I gotta tell you.
Girlfriend present.
Listen, that's a great present. My kid right now will be going nuts with that Iron Man poster, boy.
I love it.
All right, we're going to wrap it up here. It was a very nice night.
So that was a
Kenny
good
back
show.
in town,
I think one of our
Tony
better
here.
shows.
We'll see you guys next week. Have a great night.
I think it was one of our better shows.
Have a great one.
Just very surprised the phone number. But we're still on.
Yeah.
Yeah, two play.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Let's get behind and cheer the